Claire said, did y'all see Oregon legalized composting human remains? They did? Oh, I forgot to check up on that. I spread the word about it a while back, but that's really exciting. That's super cool because I know they can do it in Washington. It's so cool. So like that means that you can have your body composted in a facility, and when it's composted, that means that your family can take, once your body's sort of like broken down, your family can take that material, similarly to how you take home ashes or whatever, but it's soil. Like it's actually soil that's been broken down. So then you can, put it in your garden, and the plants that you grow can grow from your family member, or it's super cool. It's just another way of like natural disposition. It's super cool. Very excited. Got some. Claire said, so cool, I'm totally putting in my will what plant I want to turn into. Yeah, that's awesome. What plant do you want to turn into? It's interesting. I was thinking about like last Mortal Monday, or maybe 2 Mortal Mondays ago. It was probably 2 ago because I was trying to I've been trying to edit the clip forever so that I can post it and stuff, but we were talking about like what we want done with our body when we die, and I was thinking, yeah, I haven't done all the paperwork, but I was thinking, okay, but this is going to be a published online video so that people will know like what I want, so that's kind of cool. Claire said, is it weird if I turn into a food plant? Like, I love blueberries. Absolutely not. That's awesome. Like, I mean, if you think about it, what goes into the fertilizer that's in our food right now? We put like bone meal and blood and, fish meal or whatever in plants for our gardens at home. Like, I think that's totally fine. Greg says, make me into mushrooms so I can become the start of The Last of Us. Well, then now we'll know. Now we know what happened. Claire says mushrooms. Yes. Yeah. And Claire said, I mentioned before, but I'm still thinking I want to be compost for a blueberry bush. So I found out that in certain states that have human composting, you can't. Some states, I don't think Oregon is one of them. I still have to research. But I think in some states, you cannot use it for food. That's a stipulation of it being allowed. But I think Oregon, you can. I think there are specific restrictions about types of plants, but I think you are allowed to be used for food. Food plants, I mean. I haven't ever actually considered, like, if I said last time, if I wanted to be buried, like do a natural burial, I would just the way you have to do it is you have to be buried in a natural cemetery. Like there's one up in Boring. There's natural areas in other cemeteries, like in Eugene and in other areas in Oregon. So I never really thought about like what actual plant I would want to be, but so I just kind of imagined like becoming part of all the plants in whatever natural area I'm in. But I did see something interesting on Ask a Mortician. Her whole thing is she wants, for the first 30 years of her life, she was a meat eater, and now she isn't. And so she's like, I kind of want to give back to all the animals that I ate in my life, like by allowing them to consume me, or like, being buried naturally, or them being consumed by animals, or providing energy for the plants and animals around. And there's someone in, I want to say Rhode Island or Connecticut or something, who makes actual like food discs out of cremated remains and nuts and berries and molasses, and then puts them around, and then like deer and other animals will just eat those. So that's an option as well. So many interesting like ideas of disposition and using like cremated remains and stuff. It's really interesting. I'm so like happy to have this have Mortal Mondays that I can talk about this stuff, because not everybody wants to talk about this in regular day-to-day life, which I totally get. I know it can be triggering for some people, so that's why I wanted to have this channel as a way to sort of educate and talk about it in a way that's comfortable and safe. And then the rest of the time we can just like talk about whatever on my channel, but I wanted to have this dedicated space so we could talk about stuff, because I think we don't talk about it enough.